Cary, North Carolina just earned a major accolade. It was recently ranked by Consumer Affairs as the best place to live, not only in North Carolina, but also in the entire South. Now, I'm not surprised, but I think this ranking deserves a closer look, especially if you're considering relocating to the area or you're just curious about what makes Cary such a special place to call home. But before we dive into the details, my name is Matt Martin, and I'm a local realtor here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I've helped many clients, just like you, relocate to the Triangle region, including to Cary, and if you're thinking about making the move here, I'd love to help you too. Now, let's explore why Cary earns such high marks and what makes it stand out as the #1 place to live, not only in North Carolina, but also across the South. First up, let's talk about affordability, which was one of the top reasons for Cary's place on these lists. Now, if you've watched my other videos or you've been following the Triangle market at all, you may be scratching your head since Cary consistently ranks as one of the most expensive suburbs in the region. But Consumer Affairs didn't just look at the median home price, which came in around $675,000 for single-family homes in March of 2025. Instead, they looked at affordability, which takes income into account. And that's where Cary really stood out. Here, median housing costs consume only 16% of the median income on average. That's the lowest rate in the entire state and about 17% lower than the statewide average. So you've probably already deduced that income in Cary must be pretty high as well for that percentage to be so low, and you'd be right with that assumption. The US Census data from 2023 showed median household income of nearly $130,000 in Cary versus just under $70,000 for the state overall. That's 85% higher. It's also $50,000 a year higher than the national average. So yes, home prices are higher, but people in Cary tend to make a lot more money too, which is the perfect segue into the next reason for Cary's top rankings by Consumer Affairs, and that's its strong economy. Cary was actually just ranked as the #3 best job market in the entire country by smartasset.com due to the fact that it has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the entire country at just 1.6% versus the national average of just over 4% and one of the lowest commute times. Not only is Cary home to the largest privately held software company in the world, SaaS, but it's just down the road from Research Triangle Park, which is the #1 largest research park in the country and employs nearly 60,000 workers across 300 companies, including such titans as IBM, GSK, Cisco, Microsoft, and NVIDIA. RTP is credited with fueling roughly 1,800 startups, and it was recently ranked as one of the top biotech hubs in the country, only trailing the much larger cities of San Francisco, San Diego, and Boston. And then we have all the new companies moving into and growing in the region, including a $3 billion investment by Fujifilm and $4 billion by Ozempic maker Novo Nordisk to build and expand their manufacturing capabilities here. So it's no surprise that the Triangle's job market has remained resilient and ranks amongst the top in the country. Then another big reason for Cary's top ranking by Consumer Affairs is its great school system. Cary received an A+ from niche.com and ranks in the top 5% in the state for its public schools. It's part of the Wake County public school system, which received an overall A grade from niche.com and ranked as the #4 school district out of the 115 across the state. Many schools within the system have received national rankings as well, and on average, public schools in Cary have higher math and reading scores than the statewide averages. But it's not just the K-12 schools that make Cary so appealing. Cary is smack dab in the middle of the triangle, which is named for the shape that would be created if you connected our 3 Tier 1 research universities: Duke, UNC Chapel Hill, and NC State. But then we also have 20 plus colleges and universities that produce nearly 65,000 graduates per year. Not to mention bragging rights for having the fourth highest concentration of PhDs in the entire country, which means we have an incredible pipeline of talent. So it'll probably come as no surprise that Cary is an incredibly well-educated city, with 70% of the residents holding a bachelor's degree or higher. Now, if schools are important to you, I suggest that you check out online ranking sites like niche.com, along with the school district's website or the school itself's website for more ranking and more information about district boundaries and enrollment caps. But suffice it to say, from pre-K through college, the Triangle region of North Carolina is consistently applauded for our strong education system. Of course, affordability, a strong economy, and good schools are all super important, but Cary also has a ton to do. First off, you have downtown Cary, which is probably my favorite downtown in the area for its walkability, great restaurants, beautiful architecture, award-winning breweries, and tons of charm. You can make a day of just exploring downtown Cary, starting with downtown Cary Park, which is a 7-acre park in the heart of downtown with a great lawn, water features, walking trails, a dog park, and tons of natural beauty. From there, you can walk along Academy and check out the cute restaurants and shops, and be sure to stop in and grab coffee at my favorite coffee shop, Esteemed, before heading up to Chatham Street, where you'll find some great restaurants, cocktail bars, and breweries. Sidebar has an awesome vintage vibe and some of the best cocktails out there, while Bond Brothers Brewery was named the best new brewery in the country by USA Today when it opened in 2017. Then outside of downtown, Cary has a ton of great access to the outdoors, starting with over 70 miles of greenways for biking, hiking, or strolling. There's also over 30 public parks, the most notable of which are Hemlock Bluffs Nature Preserve and Umstead Park. Hemlock Bluffs is over 130 acres and, as its name suggests, features over 200 hemlock trees that are normally only found in the mountains of western North Carolina, along with nature trails and an outdoor play area. Then Umstead Park is over 5,500 acres of state park that includes tons of trails, man-made fishing lakes, and a campground. Also, be sure to check out Lake Crabtree for your kayaking and paddleboarding adventures, or to take a stroll around its 10-mile loop. You'll also be able to enjoy the outdoors much of the year due to the region's great weather. Now, this wasn't part of Consumer Affairs ranking, but it's worth mentioning anyways. And let's just get it out of the way early. Yes, Cary does have a hot and humid summer, but the worst of it only lasts about 2 months, with July and August being the peak. Outside of that, the average annual high is around 70 degrees and the low is around 50 degrees, which means you spend a lot of time outside here. There's an average of 213 days of sunshine a year, and Cary only averages about 4 inches of snow per year. So if you're moving here from somewhere with a long and brutal winter, you should be just fine to sell your snow shovel. And if that isn't enough, one of the most appealing factors about Cary is its location. Now, Cary covers a pretty large geographical area, about 60 square miles in total, stretching all the way from Raleigh to the east to Lake Jordan to the west, and from the Research Triangle Park in the north to Holly Springs in the south, with some carve-outs here and there. Downtown is fewer than 15 miles west of downtown Raleigh, less than 20 miles southeast of downtown Durham, minutes to RDU Airport, and a quick 15-minute drive to the Research Triangle Park. So if you're looking for convenient access to literally everything in the Triangle, you really can't pick a better place to live than Cary. So there you have it, the top reasons why Cary, North Carolina was named the best place to live in North Carolina and in the South by Consumer Affairs. From its affordability and strong job market to its top-rated schools and access to nature, it's no wonder why Cary is seeing such a rapid influx of new residents. If you're ready to come see what makes Cary so great, or you're ready to kick off your home hunt, be it in Cary or anywhere in the Triangle, I'd love to be your guide. You can reach me by phone, email, or text, and you can find all my contact information in the link below or by scanning this QR code right here with your phone. And if you like this video, I have a whole catalog of others all about moving to, living in, and buying real estate in and around Raleigh, North Carolina. Here's another one here you may like, so give it a click to keep on watching.